Okay, now we'll make the responsive navigation bar. As you can see here, all these navigation bar is responsive. When the screen is higher than, let's say, 1000 pixels, it displays it this way. But when it's in the phone version that is less than 1,000 pixels or 700 pixels, it changed to this side here. So we'll make that in this video. First, we have these here. We have the navigation bar and the menu. It is all over the other content because of one style that we have here in the index. So if we go to the index and we remove this style here, position absolute, save and reload, it looks better, it's more organized. Okay, now we have to move everything to the middle here. The navigation is right here, that is inside the header tag. So we'll style all this content here. Let's go to styles. Let's make a section for header styles. Header styles. Header. We'll start displaying everything center. So let's make a text align center. Everything is in the center. Now we have to make space between the buttons. We do it with the nav and all the 8 tags inside that nav. We can see that it's navigation and we have all the 8 tags inside. Let's make display inline block and a padding of 1, let's say 0.5 m in the top and 1 m in the sides. This is a relative unit that we'll be using a lot in this course. So let's see. Now we have some space. Maybe it's too much. 1 m. Let's put it 0.8. That's better. Text decoration none. It's getting closer. Okay, now this menu button here, we can set just when the screen is smaller than 1000 pixels. So we have to make sure that it disappears from here. Now we have it all the time. We have to make sure it disappears. For that, let's see, we have this one here, menu. The ID is menu button. Let's go to styles and let's use the ID. We're going to say that display none. That way disappears, but the problem is that disappears always. So in order to fix that, we need to start with the responsive CSS page and the media query. So we have to use this tag here. We use media screen and we specify the size. So this style, let's start with the style for when the size is less or equal to 1000 pixels. So that's why we specify for when the size is maximum of 1000 pixels. Now we can just copy or cut this style from here and paste it here. We're going to say now that when the size is less or equal to 1000 pixels, we display the button. So we'll put it as inline block. But now, when the screen is minimum or equal to, let's say, 1000 pixels and 1, the menu button has to disappear. So we'll put it none, display none. That's it. Let's see. It's good. In the computer screen it doesn't show the button, and if we reduce the screen it appears just right here. If it's less than 1000, appears, but I believe it's more. Yes, it's around 1200 pixels. So instead of 1000, let's put 1200. 1200 pixels. Much better. See? Perfect. Okay, now when the screen is smaller, we have to make these buttons disappear. We do it in the same way, but calling the tags of those buttons that are here. So when the screen is less than 1000 pixels, the buttons should disappear. Display none. And when the screen is higher than 1200 pixels, we should display the button. So we put display inline block. Let's see. That's it. Perfect. Okay, now something that you see is that all the content is wider than the screen, the pictures. We have to reduce the size of the pictures. We can do it just by coming here and let's say home styles, home, we put image tag. I'll put the image tag and I'll put a display. Let's put block and let's put a width of 300 pixels. Just for now, just to make sure everything looks better. Yeah, that's it. If we see here, all the navigation is always in the center. That's good. That's how it should work. It's perfect. Now let's make sure that when we click the menu button, the menu appears and disappears. For that we have to use a little bit of JavaScript. Let's go and create a folder called general.js, a file, gen.js. That's it, perfect. We'll create a function. It's called show. Let's call it show menu. Show menu. Perfect. Show menu. We'll make an alert just to make sure it's working. Alert. Working. Okay. And we have to go to the index and include the JavaScript, but I already included in the HTML document, so it's good. General.js is here, and this function should work once we click this menu. So we just put this function here on click, show menu, but I believe I have it in a slow case. Yeah, that's good. So we have show menu. That's it. Let's see. That should work. Reload the page, and when I click menu, I get an alert. It's working. It's perfect. Okay, now we have to display these buttons once the navigation, once the menu button is clicked. So we are going to use this ID, navigation. Let's go to the general.js. Let's say bar buttons SQL. Get element by ID. That's it, perfect. Now we already made it in the way that it is not displayed when the screen is smaller. By default, it's not displayed, so we have to make an if button dot style dot display SQL to none, means that we have to display the buttons now. So we are going to make a button the same display. We're going to change it to inline block. So if the style of the button is none, means that it's not displayed, we have to display it after. And in the other case, we just have to hide it. So if it is already displayed, we just change it, button.style.display none. And this is actually no button, it's the navigation bar. Let's call it nav bar. Let's see, reload.